Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg, and today we're going to take a look at the Love Mei slim waist bumper case for the iPhone 5 and 5S. This case comes in 9 different colors, each selling for $49.95. So let's take a look at it up close right now. Here is the packaging for the slim waist bumper, and as I'll open it up, I already kind of have it disassembled just for the sake of time, and I'll show you what comes included, because everything that comes included with the case other than this one installation tool comes actually bundled and locked inside the case. So you have to use this tool to unscrew 6 different screws on the back of the case to separate it all. And once you do, it separates into a bunch of sections. So you've got a fake iPhone, comes with a microfiber cloth, this insert which you don't really need, comes with a lanyard, a second nicer installation tool. You do get 2 extra screws. I removed the 6 screws and put them in the bag. And then the case is composed of 3 sections. An inner piece, they call it a truss, and then an outer piece and an exterior piece. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to, full disclosure here, this case is clearly a knockoff of the Lunatic Extreme, which I've already reviewed. Now, I didn't know that when I agreed to review the case, or I probably wouldn't have agreed to review it, because I don't usually do knockoffs, but this case looks very similar. Again, it's a lot cheaper. The Extreme case sells for well over $100. So, I'll take a look at this and tell you what I think of it in comparison to the actual version of the case. So I'm going to install this off camera just for the sake of time, but what I'll basically be doing is placing my phone into this section, just dropping it in, then placing that part inside here, closing up the front, and then screwing 6 screws at the 6 points along the back with one of the installation tools. So let me go do that off camera, and then I'll go back and talk to you about what the case is all about. Alright, I'm back, and here's the case fully installed on an iPhone 5. And the one thing you can't, I guess, recognize from a video is just how heavy this thing is. Man, it weighs a lot. These sections that are gold or yellow are metal, so they're quite heavy, aluminum in fact. And then you have an inner layer that's silicone. So installation doesn't take that long. There's 3 screws. There's a considerable amount of branding on this case. You've got the Love Mei logo here on the front, right there, and then again on the back right there. Let's talk about the case itself. It does have Gorilla Glass on the screen, so that, first of all, it's really clear. So you can see it really doesn't affect the touchscreen sensitivity at all. And Gorilla Glass is pretty durable. So, if you drop this thing, this glass here should protect the glass of your iPhone. Now, it doesn't have any way to use the 5S fingerprint sensor. You can see it's covered, but it does have this cool metallized home button. But again, if you're a 5S user and you're in love with the fingerprint sensor, not going to work with this on here. As far as all of the other ports and controls, it has these speaker redirects on the front, which is kind of cool. And then on the bottom, you've got port protectors. So you've got this flap covering the lightning port right there. And then you've got another latch covering the headset jack. And again, this is the same kind of thing that was on the Lunatic. This does not feel as nice, though, I have to say. That's the one thing about a knockoff, we'll call it that. The parts just aren't as nice as the original, but it's much cheaper. All right, so the volume buttons up and down, you have nice tactile feedback from the silicone. Same with the sleep awake across the top. And then the vibrate thing has a switch, which is kind of cool. You press it in or push it out, which is kind of neat. And that works just fine. It puts it right into vibrate when you press it, and pushing it up forward puts it back into ringer mode. On the back, you can see the cutout for the camera, secondary mic, and flash. And then you've got a soft touch back here, which gives it a 2-tone look, as well as offering a nice amount of grip. So, as I mentioned, while this is not as nice, I won't say, as the original version, not everyone can afford to drop $130 on a case. This one is $50, and you get to enjoy a somewhat similar style. I will say that, like I said, this case is quite hefty. It's heavy, but it's going to be super protective. You've got the Gorilla Glass combined with all these different layers for shock and impact protection, as well as all the port protectors to keep dust and debris and maybe even some moisture out and away from your phone. So you're getting a really protective and, pretty stylish and cool looking case for about $50. So you can learn more about the Love Mei slim waist bumper case for the iPhone 5 and 5S by visiting the link I'll have in the video description. I'll also have a link down there to my full review of this over on runaroundtech.com. As always, if you have any questions about this or anything else, definitely feel free to drop me a line down below. Otherwise, have a great day.